Alright, welcome back to another Mega Draft review, where I review my Mega Draft and explain what my opponent did, what I did, and why I did what I did, why I think he did what he did. So yeah, we're going to be getting to this match against Tichel. I have an RG deck, he has a Mighty Miner Hog deck. So yeah, let's just get into it. Pretty good player too. I still don't have top 1000, feels bad. Alright, I get first pick. Alright, so obviously we're just picking our spells. Nothing really important is going on here. Poison's just good spell overall right now. Snowball's decent. He would have picked Log if I didn't pick Log, I believe. And I picked Log because, it's the best small spell in the game. Usually would have picked Monk first, but I don't know why I didn't. Anyway. So there's Monk. Okay, so I pick Monk and Mini P.E.K.K.A. Excuse me. So I pick Monk because he's just one of my favorite cards to have in the draft. He's really good at deflecting things, and he can tank for stuff for like 5 seconds with taking barely any damage. He's also just a decent card too with his knockback after every third hit. So he's pretty decent. And Mini P.E.K.K.A, just because I like having him, he's good in RG decks. He takes care of the RG very well, so I don't want them to have that. And he's also good at taking care of the Hog Rider and other tanks, so that's why I picked him. Oops. Alright, so he picks Mighty Modern Cannon Cart. Um, I don't know why he picked Mighty particularly. He probably just wanted him as a main tank. And he's also good at like whittling down other tanks too, like my RG. But I'm not too concerned about that. He's also gonna pick Cannon Cart. Cannon Cart's just a solid 5 elixir card. He might pick that just so he has decent tanks for both my Mini P.E.K.K.A and Monk. So yeah. So I picked Goblins and Fire Spirit. Goblins are a really good defensive 2 elixir card. Really cheap, they're fast, they do good damage. He's gonna need some sort of like, well, he doesn't have Log, he'd have to pick arrows if we wanted to kill him immediately. And I picked Fire Spirit just because good 1 elixir cycle card, and it can punish them if they don't take care of it, because it's a damage of a fireball for only 1 elixir, so that's why I picked that. And obviously just to help the flow of the deck. Alright, so he picks guards and arrows. I believe he picked guards for my Mini P.E.K.K.A, just because I can't really take care of them, so if he ever needs to take care of it, there's nothing I can do about it except Log, which still won't do anything. And he picks arrows, I assume, for my goblins, and maybe, I don't know, maybe he's just thinking of something else, but as you'll see in my next pick, him picking arrows made me pick another card. Alright, so I pick Ice Wizard and Mega Knight. Now, these seem like very two strange picks, and that's because they are. I picked the Ice Wizard because he picked arrows, and in turn, that means that I can't counter his minion horde. And what this also means is that if I pick Princess, Dark Goblin, or Spear Goblins, they're all going to get countered instantly, including the Rascals. So Ice Wizard is the only thing that can live through the arrows, and it'll actually give me time to kill the minion horde if he decides to pick it. It was just too big of a risk, so I had to pick Ice Wizard. He didn't end up picking them, but you just kind of have to do stuff like that, or else you could lose the game. And I picked Mega Knight because the deck he's building right now, I predicted he was either going to pick Hogs or Hog Rider, and I already have a Mini P.E.K.K.A for the Hog Rider, but the Hogs I don't have anything good for, except for like Goblins, really. But he can arrow those, and Mini P.E.K.K.A's going to let the Hogs get too much damage, so that's why I picked Mega Knight. Alright, he picks Tombstone Hog Rider. Hog Rider is win condition, and Tombstone, maybe just for a building. I don't I don't know at this point if he thought it's going to go for RG or not, so I don't know if that's why I picked it, because obviously you wouldn't expect a Mega Knight to be an RG deck, but yeah. And obviously my next pick is RG for my win condition. Okay, whoa, okay, I need to slow down. Hold on. Okay, so he goes Hog Rider immediately. So I cycle Fire Spirit, I go Monk. The reason I don't go Goblins is because of that. Main reason I didn't want to get pre-arrowed. Snowball also works. He gets 3 Hog hits. So he gets like a third of my tower in the like first 20 seconds of the game, which is pretty annoying, but it's fine. I'm gonna force him to do some awkward defense here. He's gonna have to go for his Mighty Miner and then Tombstone. I'm fine with this. We're up 5 elixir, so that's quite a decent bit. Let's go Ice Wizard middle, so if he gets his ability again, it's not gonna do anything. And in this moment, I know he doesn't have Tombstone or Mighty Miner, and he's not gonna be able to get back to him that quickly. One, because obviously the Mighty Miner's still on the field, so we can't get another one. And two, his Tombstone is a decent card, a few cards away. So I know in his hand right now that he has to have his spells, and I don't know how well he's keeping track of a cycle here, but all I knew in this moment was that he didn't have Tombstone and Mighty Miner, so we're going to protect this Icer with my log, and then we're going to go in for an RG. So he has Cannon Cart and Guards, which are decent counters, but aside from that, he's not going to have anything else. He's got to commit both of them. He might Snowball here, but that's all he can do. Let's see. Yep, decent damage. Goes in for a hog. I just got mini pack late. I went Ice Wizard there because I was afraid of him pre-airing me. He even hovered it. And right here, I don't know why he does this, because even if he spent arrows or Mighty Miner, I still would have had to deal with the Mighty Miner, and the arrows aren't too much of a spend. But he's going to let my mini pack get 2 hits here. And that's pretty much half his tower, so that's pretty good damage. And yeah, so that's a pretty big moment. He's only up like about half an elixir. We're just going to reset here. I go Goblins, he goes Mighty. I'm just going to Monk. It's going to switch lanes, I think. Yep. So I go for Mini P.E.K.K.A, take care of that. Monk abilities, take care of Cannon Cart. Log all that back. He's going to go Hog here. Mega Knight put some good work in. I might go RG here. Nope. I reset the back of RG. He's probably going to go Hog. Besides the poison, that's fine by me. Goblin just for some pressure on the right. I get some good damage. Monk is also getting good damage too. Destroys Tombstone, Cannon Cart falls. Ice Wizard mini pack to make sure that Hog doesn't get any hits. So we're just gonna keep doing this over and over and over. But here, I believe this is where I win. So I'll just slow this down. Go RG here. Pop the Monk ability in case anything needs to happen. Log all that. RG locks on. And I don't know if you noticed that, but go back a second. I log to hit the cards, and then I'm gonna Fire Spirit. And that was very crucial, because if I didn't do that, I might not have taken the game here. But yeah, pretty good win against a decent player, and yeah. So that's what you need to do in Mega Draft. Basically, just all about just picking the picks that your opponent can't really do anything about, and also taking picks so that your opponent can't do anything to you. So yeah. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you enjoyed these reviews of my games. If there is a good loss, I'll show it. I'm not afraid to show my losses. They're here. Sometimes they're just bad picks. Sometimes they smart me. Or sometimes I play badly. But yeah, if there's a good loss, I'll show it most of the time. The losses are either because they just drafted better than I did, or yeah. So basically what I'm showing to you, but yeah. Alright, well, I'll see you on the next one.